Hello,
Hello,
I'm Keys,
I'm Simon.
and we are Emerald Arcade. We are talking about the fifth song in A Rocky Start to Somewhere today, which is called...
The Magician's Assistant.
Wrong. I'm joking.
Oh.
It is in fact correct. It is The Magician's
Thank
Assistant.
goodness, it would be embarrassing if I forgot.
Yes.
Yes, especially because this is the first song that Keys wrote in, the album life cycle.
And also just ever, really.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you've had some, musical dabblings in the past, right?
But
they're
just
all,
never a full song.
No, fair enough. It's all just, meme stuff.
Yeah. I'm not going to say any of it, because
No.
it's really not worth delving into that. Really loving nature.
Yes, really. Trees are great.
Yeah.
Trees are so good.
Sexy.
Yeah. So you wrote the song. Why did you write the song, Keys?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, the truth is, I've had time to reflect on it since the album process started. Mm-hmm. I was, because, timeline-wise, that is around the time I was delusional.
Okay.
So it's weird. I wrote that before Vignette, so you can see when I went from delusional to accepting reality to I want to die now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Magician's Assistant is effectively about the cover person, if you will, pretending to be someone they're not. So I'm saying, show me the Magician's Assistant. I'd like to meet a person who's actually like this, right? Because the magician themselves is a bit of an asshole, right? And I think it's as simple as that. It's just the hope that someone out there is actually like I thought the magician was initially.
I think I'm just starting to get it now.
I thought it was about a magic show.
I mean, it is about a magic show.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I say I'm delusional because I was delusional for hoping that this perfect idea of a person exists. But I love that you just started to get it now.
Honestly, yeah, well, we haven't properly talked about it entirely.
See, this is why this video series is good.
Yeah,
necessary.
So it's again another kind of analogy for having a front, I guess. So you thought the magician was the front, and you were looking for the assistant, the person behind that front, who was actually kind of the person you were looking for, but they didn't exist, right?
I mean, I see the magician's assistant as the front, and then the magician's the actual person. So, the magician's casting the illusion, essentially.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, you can take it either way. It's both that you get to the same end point.
Yeah,
just
sure.
A slightly different journey. But yeah, the magician's assistant is just about that in general. But I at the time was feeling hopeful and it's not so bad. These people exist probably.
The chorus is so much more sad than I thought it was. It's all coming to me now. I get it.
I'd love you just to talk about the chorus when we listen to it. Then,
sure, yeah. Well, I mean, but it didn't have much to it before.
No?
In my mind, I was just kind of yeah, fair enough, this works. But it makes sense now. Big revelation for me.
Look at that. I'm so happy we did this.
Yeah.
This is huge.
It makes sense. Oh.
All the songs, all the lyrics.
I'm just saying things that don't make sense to you. I apologise. It makes sense in my mind.
It's all deep. It's all very deep stuff.
Yeah, not easy stuff.
The more information you have on the reality the sadder it is.
Yeah.
I think. So it's good to have that distance between music and your own, and just having your own interpretation of it. I think you don't need to get caught up in Emerald Arcade's histories or anything. No, leave that to us. We're the professionals for that.
Yeah, we are. My God.
I hope one day we if Emerald Arcade got big, people go to these videos and they do little edits, cute edits of us laughing and talking to each other, right? And they have some acoustic songs playing over the top, oh, look how cute these guys are. I want stans. Somebody stan us right now.
I'll do it.
Bet. Yeah, there's not much more to say on that other than it's a very strong ukulele song contender. There is a little bit of guitar in the background that I put in just to add a bit of flavour and also keep it consistent with the previous 4 songs. I think we talked about the album being kind of split into 4 chapters-ish.
Yes.
So the first chapter was Vignette Hiding, and that was just very rock-centric.
Yep.
And then we have Magician's Assistant, The Stars, and then...
Opposites,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's those 3 bundled together. then nothing at all, and boring are their own little bundle, and then we have to just let go. It makes me think of Pokemon, right? Because when you say what's the first Pokemon, it's a trick question. You got Arceus, which is the god of all Pokemon. You got Mew, the ancestor of all Pokemon. Got Bulbasaur, who's number 1 in the Pokedex, and then you've got Rhyhorn or Rhydon, who was actually designed first.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so it's like which one is
So which first are you talking about? Which is the first Emerald Arcade song? What's the first song on the album? I mean, technically speaking, The Magician's Assistant.
Yeah. But it's weird. It was a difficult one to fit in the album, I think, because it was written first. Because it didn't match the point at which Vignette starts. Because it was pre that.
Yeah.
But it just didn't feel right as an opener.
No.
So I struggled, like, internally. Not struggled, but, you know, like, I kept thinking, do we even include it at that point? Or do we... You know, I had doubts about it. That was the song I had most doubts about.
Yeah, same, I think, because we both knew it was so early.
Yeah. It was rough.
It was rough, and like even the version that we had like produced of it, I think was still a bit just like, is it enough, like of what we want it to be? But then, luckily, as always, when we took it to Luke and we're like, what can we do with this? It turned out so well. Like the mix is insanely good. Like the uke sounds so clean. The bass really stands out well. I am currently playing The Stars in my head, and that's not the song we're talking about. But that,
he just loves
the
it.
mix on that one turned out really well as well, and I think that really does it a lot of credit, because like it's just such a great song. Anyway, that's an aside for the next track. But no, The Magician's Assistant is the same. I really liked how everything worked together, because again, there's quite a lot of like harmony and counter melody stuff going on, which sounds really good, but particularly in the chorus.
Reason we're experimental, we made an artifact work for the song.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah.
This finger-picking ukulele style section. I don't know how I did it, but there's this pop noise.
It sounds like someone doing a pop with their
literally.
cheek, like
That's the sound.
Which it isn't, but it sounds like that.
And it seems like it's intentional. It's not. That was an accident. We couldn't remove it because it was part of the recording.
Yep.
But I was like...
But it was perfectly in time.
Yeah, I liked it.
It fits. So...
Like we had to keep it.
As they say, if I fits, I sits.
Yes.
You know?
So we sat on The Magician's Assistant.
Yeah, we did.
So, yeah, you know, we experimented in the sense that we had a bubble noise that wasn't even a bubble. It wasn't a mouse sound.
No.
It was an accident. It was an artifact. Tell me, how many people use peaking, bubbly ukulele sounds in their songs?
Okay, to be fair, I'm not aware of any. But that's not to say that no one's done it before.
Right.
But I'm not going to take it away from us. I do think that's quite fun.
Experimental.
Accidental.
Turning accidents into experiments.
Fair enough.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Shall we listen to it? Because I want to hear what you think
then.
about the chorus. Now you have a new perception of it.
Yeah, lovely. Alrighty. Let's go.
I love the
little guitar riff
you put
as well.
Over the top, yeah.
Yeah. And the original ukulele just bopping away, so clean. It used to be very distorted, now not, which I think really works. A little bit of dissonance in what I wrote on the guitar as well by accident. So that also kind of works.
Experimental.
I think I'll go to a magic show I've never seen before.
I think, was this the first one we actually recorded? Or?
I don't remember. Like what, vocally?
Yeah.
I think we'd done Vignette first. I think we did this one
I think
second.
this is the one you were most, I think you were more unsure about this one.
Oh, for sure. Because we only had the two at that time, Vignette and Magician's Assistant, and I loved Vignette, but this I was kind of like, meh. I was like,
Yeah, you
take
weren't
it or leave
passionate
it.
about this.
No,
But,
not at all.
we still managed to make it work. It's the one that I think is most noticeably auto-tuned as well. I say
For
auto-tuned,
sure,
just
yeah.
like pitch corrected, because I think that
I was
wasn't
not. I was not singing confidently,
No.
and it did not aid anything.
But here.
Yeah, man. Spoilers, they never showed up.
No.
They don't exist.
Magician's Assistant ain't real.
No.
Delusion. So what does that mean to you now, the chorus?
Well, a lot more than it did before, because I didn't know what it was about exactly. But yeah, no, it
You
makes.
should ask these things.
I know. I'm very good at taking things on face value. I'm just like, this is a song about a magic show.
All about symbolism, my friend.
Yeah,
All about it. I love how this is sung as well. Understand or think I did with eyes unfocused.
Yeah, it's good fun. And I love putting in the little harmonies here and there, like we do on this line. Love a harmony, really do. And then we've got our oohs in the background.
Yes.
Which fits really well, I think. And we've got the guitar riff going as well. There's just so many things going on at once. But it doesn't feel too crowded, I hope.
And then this, I remember we listened to it for the first time when we had it complete because we wanted to sing the chorus again.
Yeah.
And we heard it, and both collectively, we looked at each other, simultaneously, sorry. We looked at each other and we went, we don't need lyrics.
No.
This is so impactful as just instrumental.
Yeah.
And then this little bit.
For the sake of everyone, I'm just going to leave it.
Look at that, straight into the stars, perfect.
Straight in.
That end ukulele bit, that was, shout out to Dron, their idea to keep that in.
Thanks, Ron.
'Cause
Great
they
shout.
Really liked it, because the Magician's Assistant is a demo I sent to like loads of people.
Yeah.
I say loads, like 4 or 5 I think.
Yeah, but it was
Anyone
like the
who would
most
listen.
public thing
Yeah.
that went out.
They
But
were aware of that like a year and a half ago, and they were like, "Oh, I remember this. This is
Yeah.
what you said." And then 10 more songs came. What the hell?
kind of crazy to think about that people were aware of a song that you'd written but just had no idea that they'd ever actually hear it as a full song.
Yeah.
And then also sandwiched by an album that it's in the middle of.
Yeah, just smack
Just
bang
like, there it
sitting
is.
in there.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, so it had a little bit of like foothold with,
Yeah.
with some of our friends, which was really nice. But yeah, it's a great idea. And I just love the fact that it doesn't end on like the root chord.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing the Magician's Assistant and the Stars, they're both rooted in C, like a lot of the songs that you write on ukulele are. Because C is the easiest chord to play on a ukulele. It's literally one
thing.
what was it, 3rd fret on the top
Yeah.
on the top string, and just play it C chord. So it's super easy to root everything around that. So yes, it's really nice. It ends in that like da da, and then that just resolves into C when the stars starts as do 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 do.
It works so nicely. The thing is, sure, we have a lot of C chords in there. But,
We do.
Not every song is C-centric.
No, I mean the first 4 weren't.
Well, there you go. What are you saying?
First
A lot
one was
of
G
C.
minor.
That's a whole third
G
of the
minor,
album.
then D minor, then what the hell is that in? I can't remember. It's not important. Anyway, the first 4 are not, but then 5 and 6 definitely are.
Yeah, but then,
And
again,
so's
then-
opposites. 5, 6, and 7 are all in the key of C.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes
That's why they're in their own chapter.
yeah. There you go. The chapter of C.
It is. Now I see what you did there.
Seaman. I just wanted to have a C joke too.
Fuck's sake.